Welcome to Freed on Business. He grew up in South Florida, has been in business here since the early 90s, and has closed over $3 billion in deals. He's seen it all. He always has an opinion, and he's always ready to share it. Informed, entertaining, and connected, he has his finger on the pulse of South Florida's business community. He's Jim Freed, and this is Freed on Business.
Well, here we are. It's episode 750. Just yesterday, I was getting started. Then it was episode 100, where my mom brought cookies. Then it was episode 500, where we rented out. Well, actually, they let us use the ball and chain for free. So I want to thank Bill Fuller for that again. And now we're up at episode 750. I want to thank our sponsors for well over a decade. It's past 12, maybe 13 years at this point. I want to thank Warren Henry. Today, our special guest is Larry Zinn, the executive general manager for Warren Henry. Let's get right to it, because today Warren Henry's opening up their West Broward Land Rover Range Rover dealership. So I know that first day is always full of excitement. Larry, where's Larry?
Hey, Jim.
There he is. Hey, Larry, congratulations on your new store, and thanks for helping us for all this time.
Oh, thank you. We're proud to be part of the Freed on Business family, and very excited to be opening a new location in West Broward.
Yeah, it's tremendous. I wanted to just take a minute. We've been together for a long time here now, and again, thank you so much for making me basically a brand ambassador. I really do appreciate that. And you've got the new store, but that's not your first new store since it's been 10 years. You've opened up a lot of stores since then. Dade, Broward, down in the Keys, Naples. You're covering the state now. Gainesville.
Yep. We've been very fortunate to have some really great growth over the last 10 years. Have some really great brands down in Key West, South Miami, North Miami, as you mentioned, Broward, Naples, most recently, and Gainesville.
So Larry, I kind of teased the show as let's talk about where cars have been and where they're going. When we first started talking, I didn't even think they had electric vehicles. Maybe they had crossovers, but I don't think they had real full plugins yet. And now the future is, I don't even know.
Well, I don't know that anybody still knows what everything is going to be. I believe that electric is a good part of our future. I don't believe it's the entire future. I think you're going to see more of a mix with some internal combustion. Alternative fuels as including hydrogen, which is still yet to come, but I think as soon as it can be, it will make a huge presence. You'll have plug-in hybrids and full electric. There's going to be a variety of different choices for customers. I don't know that one is better than the other at this point. I think there's different challenges with all of them relating to infrastructure, as well as environmental concerns, depending on which one we're talking about and how deep we want to go into it. But there will be a variety of choices, and I think it's going to be for what suits customers best.
And how about the way that people own and use their cars? When we first got started, it was either you'd own it free and clear or you'd lease it. You'd be the only person that drove your car. Now there's ride sharing, all kinds of other ways to share transportation. That's going to have a big impact too. What are your views on that?
I think for a while we were all being told that nobody's going to own a car and everybody's going to get into a self-driving Uber that's going to take you wherever you want to go. And I think COVID kind of killed that idea, because I think sharing became much less attractive during that period of time. Like, I don't want to get in a dirty car. I don't want to get in a car that somebody else was in, or I don't want to share with somebody. I think in the long term, you still have that possibility, and you will see more creative types of ownership, whether it's the traditional purchasing or leasing or subscriptions, temporary ownership. I think there's a lot of different options that will continue to grow and come to market. But as of right now, it still seems like, at least in South Florida, our best options are what we had back when you and I started talking about it.
Yeah, I remember when I met you, you were the F&I guy. You're the rare third generation that's really made a big impact and a big difference. I know that Dave and Warren must be really proud.
Well, thank you. Yeah, when you're the third generation, everybody tells you that it's your job to screw it up. So, uh, I got to do my best not to be that guy.
Well, you're terrific. Abe, Eric, May, everybody over there, Gio, Jack, of course, who makes sure my deal always works. I really can't thank you enough for making us a member of the Warren Henry family. We greatly appreciate it very much. Now, I did want to talk a little bit about Warren Henry in the community. Last week, I walked up, met a young man who was in high school, and asked him where he wanted to go to college. He said he wanted to go do something technical, and I know that I referred him to your training program. Not asking specifically what happened with the individual, but talking in general. I'd like to talk about the impact that you have on the community, about your training programs, and the fact that somebody doesn't have to go to high school to have a very nice life and career at Warren Henry.
I think for a long time when you and I discussed this stuff, we talked about sales and what an opportunity that could be for people. The school that we put together is for technicians, and there's a huge, huge need for technicians all throughout the country. And what we've been able to put together is by partnering with Miami-Dade College, Miami-Dade Public Schools. We have a technician program that this year should have 60 students. We just graduated 22 students. And while they come into this program, which is a 2-year program, they do classroom work in the morning. They work as technicians in the afternoon alongside their instructors or experienced technicians who are going to teach them. And when they come out of this program at the end of the 2 years, typically they're rated as a level 2 technician for whatever brand that they're going into, as well as have their ASEs, which is an important component for them to be recognized as qualified technicians. And while they're in this school, they are being compensated, and we will take care of their health insurance as well. So it's a great program for the students. It's a great program for us. And when they get out of the program, there's a great living to be made right out of the gate. So it's been a great thing for us. It's a great thing for the community, and we're hoping to continue to expand our presence in all the different markets that they're in with the similar type of program.
Sorry, that's just great. I mentor a lot of young people, so that this investment in our future that you and your family are making is extraordinarily important. I wondered if you wanted to take a second to just give a shout out to some of the members of your team that really make it special. People like Abe, who tee up all of the Lamborghini events, and maybe a couple of the events that are coming up that you'd like to let people know about.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, I'm absolutely grateful to have, I think, one of the best teams in the business. A lot of us have grown together, starting at similar periods in time, or like around when I met you during the Great Recession, coming into the business and trying to do things a little bit differently. We are very big into experiential events. I know this weekend we're a sponsor of a pickleball tournament. We have some events coming up in Naples where we've got our Cars and Coffee at Lamborghini of Naples. We also are a sponsor of Supercar Saturday, which is also the second Saturday of every month over at the Hard Rock. So we like to do these community type events. We also have additional events where we can get involved in charitable organizations. Most recently, we were the main sponsor at Beth Torah for the Modi comedian show, and he was phenomenal. It was really nice. But we like to be involved wherever we can, and we like to be presented with different opportunities so we can continue to give back to the community.
Larry, what is the future of Warren Henry going to be? You recently had a couple of kids. I mean, is there a fourth generation on the way here?
I hope so, but no pressure. Whatever they want to do is certainly good by me. And if they happen to come around and want to be in the business, I would love that. I will say they do have a little bit of time to make their decisions. So hopefully I can sway them, at least my oldest one, over the next 14 to 18 years to see if she'd like to join me.
That's tremendous. Well, I'm sure that if she does, she's still going to get her start washing cars the same way you did.
Absolutely. I was picking up trash this morning outside, and some things you never stop doing.
Well, the most important thing is that you set a tremendous example. I really, again, want to thank you, Warren, Eric. Not only have you been great friends of Freed on Business, but you've also been great friends of Vivian and I. And I really can't thank you enough for all the things that you and your family have done for Vivian and I and our family. It's just really, really great to be a member of the Warren Henry family. And I really can't thank you enough for being a sponsor, continuing to be a sponsor, and allowing me to have the opportunity to be a brand ambassador and represent you and your family in the community. It's a very big honor that I truly value and I take to heart every single day.
Well, I certainly appreciate that. You know how much we love you, Jim. Thank you for always sticking with us, being such a great brand representative, and helping us grow our business as well. I think we've thankfully both seen some great growth together over the last 10 years.
Looking forward to seeing you soon. We'll get together. I'll send you an email. I'll come up and see you in person with Eric and the rest of the team up there. Thank you again for everything you do for our community, my family, and especially the people that you help that will never meet you, the highest honor of all. Thank you so much. Larry Zinn, Executive General Manager for Warren Henry, and a very, very special friend. Thank you so much, Larry.
Thank you, Jim. Stay well. Please send my best to everybody.
Of course. God bless. And Mr. Mendoza, this is your favorite part.
Hey, Jim, you mentioned on the show today that in the middle of January, you're going to do your 750th show, that you've been on the air for 15 years. It dawned on me we have that in common. I started my blog 15 years ago, and I've just hit number 700 and something in blog posts. So we are twin sons of different mothers, buddy. We've been doing the same thing, trying to spread the great word, letting people know how they can be better versions of themselves. You're proof of it. I love being on your show. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Hello. It's my pleasure to congratulate Jim and everyone involved in the show on nearing his 750th broadcast. It's been a huge pleasure to join Jim on some of these shows, as well as one of my partners. I always find it interesting. I like it when people tell the truth and are somewhat unfiltered in doing so. And so it's just been a pleasure and an honor to work with you over the years. I've enjoyed our friendship and our time together in Miami and elsewhere. So good luck to you. Best wishes that you continue to do this for a very long time and that you have a great future ahead of you. Thanks so much.
Oh, I'm blushing. I'm watching those for the first time. Thank you to Tom and thank you to Bruce, two of my dearest friends. And of course, thank you to Larry. Usually I do a prepared read about Warren Henry, but I think this time I'm going to go off script. They're all over the state. They're very involved in the community. They have great cars and they're great people, and they want to make sure you have a great experience. What more do you want in life? They've gone out of their way to put together this Warren Henry Advantage, where they give you all kinds of services that come when you buy your car or lease your car. They make sure you get a great value. It's a wonderful experience, and they're building their business. I've been lucky enough to grow with Larry and his family for well over a decade now, and I look forward to the next decade as well, being their brand representative. I can't thank Larry and his family enough for the opportunity they've given me to communicate my thoughts and ideas with you, and as Bruce said, represent how a good person lives their life. I couldn't think of a higher honor. So thank you to Warren Henry, Larry, Eric, the entire team over there. I can't thank them enough for everything they do. And remember, always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry.
Hey, Jim, we want to congratulate you on reaching 750 shows. You've been a tremendous resource for your growing audience for many years now because you provide real solutions to their financial problems.
And we appreciate having you as a big part of our American Home Finance team and look forward to the partnership lasting many, many more years. Jim, congratulations.
Go get him, buddy. Jim.
Hi, Jim, and congratulations on your 750th show. Wow. Thanks for always being a friend of the Bergstrom Real Estate Center.
I'm blushing again. First time seeing those. I'm Jim Freed. I'm the founder of Sandstone Realty Advisors. Been on this, doing this podcast now for 750 shows, 15 years. I've been projecting who I am, and it's really been effective. Podcast really works for me. It's helped me reach clients all over the world. My most recent client is based in Germany. And we're helping them acquire properties all across the world. So reach out to me, DM me. I feel great whenever I help somebody solve their problem and achieve their goals. Remember, whenever you call me, it's always all about you.
Welcome back to Freed on Business. Connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Jim Freed or at Freed on Business, and on Instagram at Jim Freed1. Now, back to your host, Jim Freed.
Well, I thought in the second part of the show that I'd kind of go through how this all started and why I do it. It was a rainy afternoon, and one of my friends invited me up. They were doing a radio show for 880 AM The Biz. I didn't know what that was. They said, come on up and join us. So I did. It was the Great Recession, as Bruce Trickell alluded to, and the condominiums were failing left and right. So my friend asked me, so Jim, what do you think about the condo crisis going on? I said, which one of the exploding cigars do you want to talk about first? And then they came up and said, you have to have a show. 750 shows later, we've done a lot of things. I want to give a shout out to Richard Swerdlow, who was my first guest. Mike T, who helped me do all of my production. Larry, who helped put it all together. George, who roped me in. Tony C, who helped keep the station going. And all of the other wonderful people. But the most important person I want to thank from the station, other than, of course, Mr. Mendoza, is my good friend Wanda. And her, there she is. Hey, Wanda, we miss you, honey. I hope everything is good with you and your Wonder Dog, the white, beautiful Wonder Dog. Regan, what was the name of the Wonder Dog? I can't remember. I'm getting old in my old age. But we really loved Wanda. She Polo the Wonder Dog. That's right. And of course, I want to thank my producer for the last 4, 5, 6. I don't even know how long. Regan Mendoza. Not only does he make me look as good as possible here on the podcast, which is very difficult to do, but he also makes sure that the guests are notified and the show runs like clockwork. It's not as easy as he makes it seem, and he always makes the videos and my videos look good. I want to tell everybody that I'm thankful, grateful, honored, and blessed. I would have bought a cake, but I forgot. My mom bought a bunch of cookies on show 100. There they are. And, I wanted to thank Blanca Stella Mejia, who was the first person who showed me how to use social media effectively. And of course, I want to say a blessing for the soul of my dear departed good friend, Johnny Mahoney, Mr. 305, who really taught me the language of Twitter and social media. God rest his soul. There's other people I really have to thank. I'm sorry I'm doing this, but you'll see. I want to thank Pascal Goldschmidt. For years, the University of Miami Health System was a sponsor. I want to thank Rachel Sapoznik for a long time. Sapoznik Insurance was a sponsor. I want to thank Mike Marino for always sponsoring up front. Mike Marino for Mike Marino for sponsoring. Mr. Mendoza is tipping me off now. Mike Marino for sponsoring the fourth quarter and foreclosure defense with Ron and Nikki Freed. I want to remind everybody that we moved from our studio on Flagler, which was not very delightful, to the brand new Blue Lagoon studio, which was gorgeous. There's Gil Deser and Mike T Oh my gosh, there's Gil Desra and Mike T and the Blue Lagoon at show 100. What's the next video? Oh my gosh, there you've got Arden and JP Perez. Look at that. And Scott Sherman and Olivia. Oh my gosh, what a tremendous photo that one was. So look at all the beautiful people we've had on. JP Perez, Scott Sherman, all these young people that I've been, Olivia, all these young people that I've been part of the growth of their lives. It's been so amazing and so wonderful. I want to thank Steve Riddle and the rest of the CCIMs for being sponsors. I want to thank, of course, the Bergstrom Center. You saw Nikki there thanking us, Nikki Wagner, who runs the Bergstrom Center. I want to thank Tim Becker, all the students that make me feel like $1 million. From my initial mentees, people like Adam Vaisman and Brandon Purdick, to the young people that I coach every day today that I speak to on the phone constantly. Not only do they keep me young, but they keep me sharp and informed. I want to thank my good friend, Tarek Maddox, who along with Lauren Book, helped us reach out to young people at Richmond Heights. If you look real closely in the picture, you can see Tarek, and then there's Vivian on the left, and then there's me over there, and in the ball cap on the far right is Lauren Book. I want to thank Lauren and Ron Book, two beautiful people who are very involved in our community. Becca Carlson. Becca has always helped me make me look good, helped me get my emails out. Before that, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm forgetting the other person that I used to do all the emails with, but I know she's watching and I want to say thank you. Matt Gold, bringing his expertise in his cooking and his kindness and love to the show. Charles Fischini for bringing his insight on mortgages. KC for bringing his insight on everything and keeping me honest about life. He's the most amazing person. But again, I want to, and Richard Swirlder, our first guest, I want to kind of wrap it up with the thank yous and thank Mr. Mendoza. There's no picture of Mr. Mendoza, I'm sure, because he made sure there wouldn't be. I want to thank my family. They're so wonderful. And I want to thank the most important person in my entire life, my wife, Vivian. My wife, Vivian, who's the strength in my whole life, who provides me with an example of what strength and beauty and kindness are all about. So thank you so much to my love, Vivian, and all the people at UMH who helped us find a kidney. I want to thank our friends at Renewal. I want to thank Beanie Mason, who was on talking about kidneys. And I want to thank all the folks at Renewal that came and gave us kidney content, and the folks at the Greater Miami Jewish Federation who helped us spread the word. The list goes on and on and on. Malcolm Butters for being a wonderful sponsor. Jeff Berkowitz for being a great sponsor of Vivian. Our folks at the Sacred Space, the Dascals. I could go on and on and on. It's impossible to thank all the people. But the person that I really want to thank is you. Without you, we wouldn't have a show. The community keeps me honest and keeps me out there. Yes, I ran for city commission. Probably was the best thing that ever happened to me that I didn't win. But I did get involved and I did get insight, and I do have a desire to make the world a better place and to bring kindness to everybody. So I talk about the part about founding Sandstone Realty Advisors. We do a lot of loans. We work with the guys from American Home Mortgage. I'm now doing some private equity business with the Flax Group, which is a worldwide organization based in Germany, a family here that I know from Miami. So we do all kinds of work with all kinds of families. We put them together with capital sources that sometimes they may have already known, and we have them look at things in a different way. I've learned so many things from the guests on my show. Bruce Turkel, my teacher and my mentor. Tom Handler, who taught me everything there was to know about the family office business, along with my good friend, Wendy Kraft. I can't forget Wendy. I love you, Wendy. And all the rest of the people that have kept me honest through all these years. Brian Gale about the office market. So remember, reach out to me, DM me. Remember, my personal brand is that I feel great. Oh, Robert Zarko. Hey, Robert. Another great sponsor and another great interview. Oh, Kobe Karp, my real estate maven and architectural and living friend, Kobe Karp. It goes on and on. I'm going to forget people and keep mentioning them the whole time. But the bottom line is that it's always all about you. If there's something you want to see us talk about, email me or DM me. We most recently did something about a show about HELOCs and another show about how to find your next job. Both of those are two of our highest rated shows. Obviously, people need some cash and they are thinking about how they can find a new place to work. So reach out to me, DM me. As I told you, my brand is that I love to help other people achieve their dreams and goals. And remember, our tagline. Would I thank the Bergstrom Center for Studies and Warren Henry again? I will. Remember, the person that wants to do something finds a way. The other finds an excuse. Now go out there and make it happen. We're on the way to our 1000th episode. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Everybody, thank you so much. And God bless you too. I said it, I guess, twice. Mr. Mendoza, the rest of the show is yours.